again, everybody, and welcome to the Jamey Chadwell Show here at North Greenville University, where Christ makes a difference. Well, Coach, I know your team went up against a bigger, faster, and stronger Charleston Southern team this past weekend, but they came out on the short end of the scoreboard, but showed an awful lot of improvement, which is one of the things you emphasize with this team each and every week.
We did. Fred, as you know, we try to improve from week to week, and that's our goal, is try to be the best every week. And made a lot of positive improvements in the football game, and gave us a chance to win at the end, and that's what you want. It's 2 weeks in a row we've had a chance. I'd like for us to actually take advantage of it, but I'm proud of how they fought. There was times that we could have gave up, but they kept striking the stone like we've been preaching since I've got here, and we're getting ready to get over that hump here soon.
I think so, because you lectured them a little bit about after the game about we came close again, but we got to stop that. We got to change that and get on the win column.
We do, and I think I don't think it was anything that CSU played well and did some positive things, but we made a lot of mistakes ourselves that might have made a change in that football game. We dropped an interception, had some penalties at some costly times, had a touchdown pass that ended up getting 3 points off of if we caught the pass. So you never know how those things change the game, and those are things we control. And we talked to our team about things you can control, you got to do well, and that's some things that for the most part, we are. But we're having little lapses, and that's what we've got to correct as we prepare for our opponent this week.
Yeah, because it was those little things at absolute crucial moments that made the difference in that football game.
It did. I know 2nd and 1 there in the second half when they come out and get a touchdown, we drive it back down. We're 2nd and 1 inside the 10 or inside the 15 and get a penalty. Now we get backed up, and little things like that you might not see in the statistics, but those are huge because it changes everything, and so. If we'll correct those things and keep working on it, I think we can have a great year.
I know, because it seemed like you dominated them in the first quarter. You had three and outs on defense. You had to move on to a 9-0 lead. You're right there with them.
We did. I think we got off to a good start, and had a couple things go wrong that put us in a little bind, gave them some momentum. But our kids, great. We fought back right there before the end of the half and got back. We're down to 20-17 and actually had a shot there to go up, and get an interception there in the end zone there at the end of the half. But those things, when we have those lapses, we've got to get out of it and get back to playing the way we were. Because first quarter you played well, second quarter and third quarter, fourth quarter you played well. Mars Hill was third and fourth quarter played pretty well. Didn't play that well first half. So if we can put 4 together, I think we'll have makings of a great team.
You have a really good team at that point. Well, I know you won the battle of statistics again. On the score, but the scoreboard didn't quite work out. You had total offense, first downs, and time of possession. You were ahead of Charleston Southern once again.
We did, yeah. 2 weeks in a row, I think that we've done well with the time of possession and moving the ball and scoring points, which is something that we've really tried to emphasize offensively. And then if you hold the ball, it allows our defense to get rest on the sideline. They don't have to play as many snaps, and that's what your goal is as a team. You want to play more snaps than they do, keep the ball and keep it out in their hands. And I think we did some good things there, and our defense did a lot of positive things. We just got to put it together for the 4 quarters, and we'll be okay.
Well, I know Reginald Lewis sat out this last week with turf toe. What's his status for this coming week?
Reginald's trying to come back. He still has a little bit of injury. You can tell he's not completely full speed, but he's been practicing the week and getting back in rhythm. And we need him to contribute to our football team to help us be successful. And he's trying to get back. And hopefully he'll be back this weekend. That's not for sure yet right now, but for sure I feel like he'll be back in the next couple of weeks.
Well, Willie Corn had a pretty good game for you last week as well, though.
He did. Willie played well, played the whole game, did a lot of positive things. Still doesn't know the offense completely. I called one play on the sideline. He goes, "What's that?" So during the game, and so you got to change the calls and things. And so, but thought he did a lot of positive things leading our football team and gave us a chance to win.
Day by day, he seems like he picks up a little bit more of the terminology and everything you're trying to work with him on.
He is. He's done really well with those things and trying to study as much as he can to be successful, and proud and pleased of the progress he's made. And he'll continue to get better along as our other quarterbacks.
A couple other guys on offense, Sean Wright and Idris Anderson, had really good games.
They did. Sean, I thought did really well. Caught a lot of big catches for us, made a lot of nice catches, and really tried to take advantage of Charleston Southern's corners. And I think Sean did that with his height. And then Idris, had another good game. Came out, and I don't know how many yards he ended up rushing for, but had a touchdown. Really should have had another one. He fell down. I guess the grass tripped him or something, but he's playing hard. As long as everybody, really the reason why those skill guys are having success is our offensive line's doing an outstanding job. They don't get a lot of credit. The big uglies up there up front, they don't get a lot of credit, but they're, we've had some good yardage and some good touchdowns the first 2 games. It's because of those guys. They're clearing lanes, giving our quarterback time to throw, and So I want to give them credit.
And those guys deserve the credit because the first two games that we played are probably against two of the best teams on our schedule.
I believe so. Two of the top teams we'll play this year were our first two games, and we've been undermanned up there, and then you have 6 or 7 guys trying to play against these great opponents we're playing, and they've been doing a lot of good things. So pleased with how they're gelling, how they're getting after people and taking pride and wanting to be successful.
We had a lot of different guys on defense that contributed this past weekend. I know Quay McQueen led us in tackles. Freshman making a big impact on defense this past weekend.
He did. He had. I can't remember exactly how many tackles, but he played a solid game. You don't like when your corner's making that many tackles. That means they're downfield a little bit. But I thought defensively we played solid. Mark Smith really stood out. Played a great. He got our player of the game for that week. He really dominated their defense or their offensive line up front from his nose guard position, and really pleased with him and the way he just takes a leadership role. He's a junior and is a big contributor to our football program.
Coach, how good is Isaiah Johnson?
Oh, he's a great returner. I tell you, every time you watch him do something like that and return it and stuff, he run through a tackle. The one at Clark Atlanta from last year, he made basically the whole team and the coach miss. And I didn't think I'd see another one as good as that one. But that one Saturday was pretty special. And Isaiah's got a lot of talent, and we're starting to use it more.
Well, Coach, you go down to Edward Waters this weekend. Again, it's a great opponent, but still not the level that you would see as Charleston Southern. What do you hope to achieve with this particular game?
Well, they're like us. They're searching for their first win, and so they're going to be a hungry team. We've told our football team that. They're not as good as the first two teams we've played, but that doesn't matter, because they got a chance to win, and you can beat anybody any given day. Like Jacksonville State beat Ole Miss. Jacksonville State's not as good as Ole Miss. We know that, but they were that day. And so our approach has been is from the same. No matter who we're playing, let's worry about North Greenville. Let's worry about what they're doing, not who we're playing. And it'll be a good challenge down there for us, just because it's another long trip. 8 hours. We've got some injuries from playing two really good opponents. We're banged up a little bit, and then you got to get on a bus and drive that long. So it's going to be a challenge. But I expect us to come out and play hard and be ready to go on Saturday.
Well, that seat's getting a little indented on the bus, isn't it?
I tell you what, it's practically you feel like you live in one. You've been on it so much, but that's sort of what we have to do to try to make it work this year. But we're excited about September 18th and getting home and playing in front of the home crowds. Our crowds have been great on the road for the first two games, as you know, been outstanding. Hopefully we'll get a few down in Jacksonville too. But looking forward to getting home in front of the home folks on our first home game.
Well, North Greenville hosts Lenore Rhine on Saturday, September 18th at 7 o'clock right here at Yount Stadium. We expect to see a really big crowd out for that game because it's the first time that the Crusaders play here at Yount Stadium. And Coach, you'll have them ready to play in that game, won't you?
We will. We'll be ready. Hopefully we'll have our first victory and be looking for a second.
Well, fans, if you can't travel all the way down to Jacksonville, be sure to watch the live streaming broadcast on our website at www.ngcrusaders.com. or at 95.5 FM, The Vibe, here at North Greenville University. So, Coach, let's come back with a victory and have something good to talk about next week.
Sounds great, Fred.
Okay, for Coach Jamey Chadwell, I'm Fred Battenfield. This is the Crusaders Sports Network.